Welcome back, everybody. It's Slot Car Fun on Sunday, and I'm out here wearing one of my favorite Blip Shift t-shirts. I just love this shirt. Of all the ones I have, I think I like this one the best. And lately, they've been kind of missing it for me because all the cars are modern. You know, they have things like Ford Broncos and Jeeps and Subarus and stuff, and you know they're all great cars. I love the old Broncos, I really do. But I just, I'm this kind of guy, car guy. That's why I have that Fiat. And here's a couple of pictures of the Fiat 124 with its new hood on. Isn't it look better? It's got the Abarth look, it's black hood, and I got to thank God, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. Started very early this morning, around 5 a.m. Anyway, Alvin Elrod, who I met locally, who is a Fiat 124. I would call him an expert. He knows more about the car than I do, and he has a garage full of parts. He's got 4 Fiats in total. Even an original, I think 1960, I know he'll correct me, Fiat 500 with suicide doors. It's really cool. And he's got, of course, a 2017 Fiat 124 Spider. Then he let me drive, and that was a really remarkable experience because I have not driven what we would call a modern sports car, really, that I can think of. No, I don't think I have. And I hope these mics are all on again. Are they on? Yes, they're on. What do you know? I have to have both of them on, or I'll only get the right and left channels. So, but I digress. I had a wonderful time over his place, which is like 15 minutes from my studio, and drove his beautiful 124 Spider. 2017 version, or may it be 2018. I think that was the last year they made them. And of course, he has a 124 Spider, 1970, and it's all red and it's immaculate condition. It's just beautiful. So he had some extra hoods, so I got one from him, and I'm going to get a few other parts from him too. So anyway, I sort of digress. That's really not a slot car. To me, it's a big slot car I can put my butt in and drive. I love it. So, what are we going to talk about this time on Slot Car Fun? Well, I've got projects coming up I'm going to be working on. I saw a gentleman who did a really incredible go-kart and old school slot cars on Facebook, and I just, I've always loved go-karts and always wanted one when I was a kid, and this is a really cool one, and I'm thinking about making that. So of course I can do a show about that, and I've got some scratch builds I want to do. I might even do a Fiat 124. In fact, I think I will this year. But and there's some bodies I need to build frames for, and I'm working on that Dan Gurney Eagle, doing the scratch built frame. So I have that stuff coming up. But right now, I want to cover one of my favorite cars, and there it is. I say that because it's got to be one of the smoothest running, well-behaved cars I've ever had. Now, I got this car to race with my club, the Far Out Slot Car Club. Stephen Farr Jones, wonderful human being, who I love a great deal, has allowed me to race with them. I rarely get there, but from time to time I do, and I love racing at his house on his track. This was one of the cars that I had to get, and it's a sideways 320i, and I love the old BMWs. I mean, they're amazing to drive. They're great cars, so I figured we'd take a look at this. So I figured we'd start by having a nice close look at the car. It's a little dirty because, I run my cars. They start off as 5s and they end up being 4s, and that's just fine with me. This is beautifully detailed. I think they could have put a bit more clear on top of the decals, but other than that, it's really, really nice. The cockpit is not a deep cockpit, so it's like a half driver. It's got the roll cage inside. Um, it's very nicely done. I believe this is yes, it is. It's a metal uh, main drive gear. Not the pinion, the crown gear. That's the word I'm looking for. It is a sidewinder or angle winder. The rear wheels are just beautiful, and they are aluminum, and the front ones are plastic, which is fine. You know, they match well. I believe they're adjustable. I think we're going to open it up in a second and find out. As I recall, it did not come with a magnet, or if it did, I quickly got rid of it. It's got a motor pod that's very adjustable. So we have metal to metal here, but it's really quiet. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but it probably distancing of the pinion to the crown gear. And also, the crown gear is angled itself, so because of the angle of the motor, and maybe that has to do with making it so quiet. It's just very well constructed and very beautiful. I love this car. I don't know, it's just something about it. If I could own one, I'd own one. And of course, it's the Jägermaster, which I love, so I like that. The Jägermaster schemes, of course. That's the Revo slot Porsche, and I really like that car too, but this one I like a little better. So 2 screws is all it takes, and they've got washers on them, which I've never seen before, and that's all it takes to get that body off. And it's a good thing we're opening this car up, because boy is it filthy. You think I run my cars? And of course it picks up some junk from the track, and you know, I oil and grease things often. What I love is, hopefully you can see this. It's hard to see against black. Maybe now. There we go. I love the little screens they've got on this. I mean, you know, just nice touches of realism. And do we have them here too? Yes, we do. Just beautiful. It's a beautiful car. If you like boxy 1970s sedans, this is a great one. You can see the motor they've got in this. It's very substantial. I don't see a rating on it. You see the way it's held in. It's got this clip back here that holds it in, and then of course to get it out, you got these two, and that removes the clip. It's a lot of nice engineering in here. I like the way the hookup wire to the motor is, you know, has these little tabs that it goes into. That's very, very nice as well. Boy, is this thing dirty. But it's really, really good. I'm going to take a brush to this and clean out some of this stuff. Okay, that's a little better. Now we can actually see things in here. You can see how the screws go through here. That actually attaches to the motor pod. So you have, there's another one over there. You have some really interesting adjustments. And yes, it did have a magnet. You can see where the evil magnet once was. The minute I get them, they go in the pile. Let's see, I can get this pile broken away from, this is my rack of goodies to work on slot cars. But see, Dave, you're not the only one that has one. I think yours is bigger than mine, for obvious reasons. You get a lot of slot cars. So that's where they end up. That's a good place for them. And you can see the grub screws, which really should be stainless steel. But, you know, if you're putting these cars in water, and some of you do, I know when you make the dirty tracks and stuff, well, those are going to rust and you're going to have a hard time getting them out. You can get grub screws quite easily, so that are stainless steel. I have tons of them for my radio-controlled submarines. So that's the basic layout. I'm not sure what's causing this sort of roughness on the front wheels. Tires, the back ones are fine. One of the things I want to do right now while I've got this apart is put some oil on it. As long as I'm in the kitchen. There we go. And a little bit on the back. As I understand it, you're never supposed to put it on the front one because it could get up into the brushes. So a little bit there. And then I'm going to put some grease on the main gears if I can find it down here, which I can. And just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Well, so they tell me. That's probably more than enough because I am getting low. So I gotta put in an order at Electric Dreams for more stuff. So let's put the top back on this and run it around the track. Okay, so let's take this around the track and give it a run. And of course, Rosie's standing right where I want to be. Oh, jeez. Ah, dog. And I'm running around nice and slow. Not too fast. You hear how quiet it is. I mean, this is just a terrific car. It's one of my favorites. Thank you, Stephen Farr Jones, you wonderful man, for turning me on to so many cool things, this being one of them. And I promise I will get down there and race with you guys one day soon in my Fiat 124. And if you don't mind, I'll park in your driveway, and I promise it won't leak. So, terrific car. If you don't own one, get one. I think it's one of the nicest slot cars out there, at least one of the nicest running slot cars. I just can't get enough of it. Now, if I didn't have to have my hand on the camera, I would go really fast because it will go really fast. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next week and Sunday for Slot Car Fun.